I'm Paula, welcome to my channel. Do you struggle with IT? Have you no background in IT but you want to learn and you're finding it so frustrating being self-taught and you've got nobody to teach you, nobody to do those tweaks or to show you how to open a document, how to go on YouTube. You've got nobody to show you. And you feel frustrated, but you really want to do it. Well, I've been in the same boat and I'm still learning. And I grew up with no IT experience, and being the second half of life, we weren't taught in school, were we? This is something that's completely new to us. So if you need encouragement on to continue your IT experience, please keep watching. I didn't see a computer until I was in my very late 30s, and I certainly didn't own one until I was in my 40s. And so, like you, I probably haven't grown up with it, and it's difficult to get your head around how these whole things work. I never had a basic training in computers, and I think it probably would have been helpful to me if I had. But as I've continued on, I've been basically self-taught, and I want to encourage you on to keep going on this IT journey, because it'll only enhance your mental health, and if your mental health is enhanced, your physical body will respond. And so I started the journey by just looking at the manuals. This is before YouTube was invented. We couldn't go on and watch a video. I didn't have anybody explain it to me, so I bought books and looked at the manuals, and I learned from scratch. And it wasn't an easy task, but I took it bit by bit, and I was able to understand the basics of my computer. And the thing is, with the computer, you've got to be consistent, because if you only look at your computer once in a while, once a week, even a couple of times a week, you'll probably go away and you'll forget exactly what you learnt previously. It's like riding a bike or driving a car. You need to be consistent at it to be able to really hold on board about other concepts that you're learning and to retain what you are learning. And for me, writing things down helped me as well, because once I wrote down exactly what I learned on a particular day, I dated it, and something happens and I couldn't get back the next day, but a few days went by, then I could look what I've written down, and so it triggered my memory to what I had learnt. And sometimes I had to relearn that thing again until it was sort of embedded in my head. But I took it step by step, and I was determined to learn. If you aren't determined to learn, you never will. You'll give up, because it is frustrating. Sometimes you feel like your brain is bleeding, and you feel like throwing the computer the other side of the room, and you don't, of course, because I can't pick it up these days. But apart from that, it's going to be a very costly throw, isn't it? So you're not going to do that, but you're going to stick with it. And that goes back to the reason why you should stick with it. Why do you want to learn the computer? Why do you want, what goal have you got in the end? For me, when I started out, it was my work. My work told me that if I didn't learn the computer, that I wouldn't be able to fulfill most of my work duties, because everything was going online. So I had no choice. And so that was my why. That was an encouragement to me. I was accountable to somebody. I was accountable to my boss. And you may not have such accountability. So I encourage you to learn to be accountable to yourself, or to one of a loved one. Share with somebody what you're doing and ask them to hold you accountable in your step-by-step learning. So that's the first tip I want to give to you, is that to write everything down that you're learning so you won't forget. Do it consistently so you won't forget what you've learned. And also get somebody to hold you accountable to what you are learning and to why you are going on this IT journey. And if there's nobody to give you accountability, be accountable to yourself. So that's an important thing. We have this thing called YouTube, which you're watching at the moment. We have websites, and it's just a maze of learning things new. But you know what? I think that's part of our holistic journey, isn't it? Health on our mind, body and spirit is learning new things. It's taking up new challenges, and it goes back to the why. I want to be able to share all the things that I know and learn, and to help others, and this is one reason for my YouTube channel. I want to share with you my books, and all the descriptions are down below. So it's another reason for this YouTube channel. I want to share with you my writings and what I have learned and experienced through my blogs, which is described down below. And so this is another reason for the YouTube channel, and why I come back consistently. And sometimes I don't feel like coming back consistently because the IT can go wrong. And so you feel like you've never stopped learning about IT. So that's my second tip. Never stop learning. Don't have the mindset that, oh, I've learnt it all now, I don't need to learn anymore. It doesn't work like that, I'm sorry. You will continually be learning, because things continually change. If you look at social media, each social media platform like Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those that I am on at some measure, all of them work differently from each other, and all of them update and they change. So you have to relearn things again, not necessarily from day one scratch, but you have to roll with those changes and learn to enjoy and embrace those changes. And YouTube, which you're watching, as I said, that changes, and you learn about algorithms and all sorts of strange things that I've never heard of before, and so you need to change with it. So it's this perpetual learning, but it's not a cycle, because the learning is different. You don't learn the same things all the time. It's more linear. You're learning, and with your learning you can grow as a human being. They say, don't they, scientists tell us that to keep our mind alert and growing, that we need to use it, and we need to challenge it. And things like crossword puzzles and things like that are highly recommended, and Sudoku and reading and things like that. Well, I am dyslexic, so I don't do any word puzzles like that. I just can't cope with it. So what challenges me is that I learn new things on YouTube and how to operate it. And hopefully that I'm getting better. I'm learning more about my cameras and how I can use them to their fullest potential. I learn more of the IT on my computer, and learn and add new apps and learn how they work. And is it frustrating at times? Yes. It takes a long time. But these days learning is simplified because we have everything at our fingertips. Take advantage of that. These YouTube videos, there's so many wonderful things you can learn through YouTube. You just put it in, put your subject in, learn how to operate a particular, I've got a Canon camera, and it all comes up. It's just amazing. And the learning experience is made a lot easier, because you feel that you are not completely alone. So I started out saying in this video that you feel like you're alone in in this journey. You've got nobody to advise you. But the truth is, YouTube can advise you, other websites you can advise you. There's so much information out there. It's just researching it. It's just looking for it. And you seek and you shall find, but you need to be patient. And that's one good thing about learning and taking up challenges with learning IT, is that you learn patience. I've become a much more patient person because of this. Because, for example, in the other room, I'm uploading another YouTube video. I've edited it. I'm uploading it to YouTube. And it's been going now, it's a 13-minute video, not very long at all. And it's been going for an hour and a half already. And so you need patience. It may go for another hour and a half. I don't know. I've looked at it, and it's got to do with all sorts of things. The traffic on the broadband, to the weather affecting it, and all sorts of things. And things you really basically can do very little about. So you need to be patient. But that enhances me holistically, because I want to do this thing. I want to learn about these things. And so I make myself and ask God to help me to be patient the best I can. And that overspills on your life, surely. You become more patient in other areas of life as well, because you are creating the habit of patience in your life, which is absolutely great. And as I said, it enhances your mind, all those telomeres and all those connections in your brain grow. Once upon a time we were told that once a brain cell dies, that's it. You know, sorry, but lights are going to go out the more they die. But now we know that, yes, brain cells do die, but regardless of your age, they can be renewed and they can grow, and the connections can grow and be enhanced through learning and nutrition and holistic living. And this is why I just love holistic living. In every video I mention it, because this is what my channel's all about. Total well-being, mind, body and spirit. It affects our lives and our happiness and our joy. If you are predisposed to depression, learn something new. Learn your computer. Don't say you can't do it. No such word as can't. My parents used to say to me, no such word as can't. And they were right, because there is a way around it. My learning curve is very, very slow. It takes a while, but I want to do it. So that goes back to your why. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to learn your word processor? Why do you want to learn your desktop or your laptop or your phone, your smartphone? So many people I know, even younger than me, will not possess a smartphone. It's too complicated. And that's a shame, because they're missing out on so much, I believe. Particularly through, you can have video calls, you can read books. I've got a very small, excuse me, smartphone, but I read my Kindle books on my smartphone. I don't have to carry around a big size Kindle. I can read PDFs, I can check my emails, my texts, I can do video calls, I can make notes for myself, I've got Word documents, I can write a document. It's just amazing, and it gives you so much freedom. But guess what? You have to learn how to use them. And that is not the easiest thing, but if you have a why, you can get through. And once you've learned that, how that Word document works and how that video call works, you have to, as I said, things change and you have to keep learning about them, but they'll enhance your life so much and contribute to your well-being. being addicted to these things. I'm not talking about being addicted, because being addicted to anything is not good for one's well-being. Everything needs to be controlled, everything needs to be checked. But just engaging in these things to a measure, learning how they work is so wonderful for your life, particularly if you're retired and you haven't got any real hobbies. Make IT a hobby for you. You don't have to buy an expensive unit. I've got a very old desktop computer. I've got a couple of laptops, but I prefer for my main work the big screen and the tower sitting at a desk. I find when I write my books particularly and write my courses, that I'm finding that helps me with my focus and concentration. And I was finding that it was slow and it kept crashing, so I took it to the local computer shop, and they put something in on the motherboard to boost it, and so it has more memory and it's a lot faster, and it acts like a new one for a tenth of the price. What it cost me, £80 or something like that, and it's fantastic. So it does the job for me. So you don't have to fork out a lot of money on these things. And my phones, I buy my phones all second hand through Music Magpie. My iPads are second hand through Music Magpie. I don't have anything brand new unless I can absolutely help it, because reconditioned, refurbished is just as good, I believe, anyway. You may not agree with me, but for me, in what I use, it really, really helps, and it saves me a lot of money, and that encourages me to embark upon these things because they are affordable. So I want to really encourage you today that if you aren't IT savvy and you've tried it and you want to give up, I want to say to you, please don't give up. Whether you're young or whether you're middle-aged or whether you're older, please don't give up. It can enhance your mind, body and spirit, and I hope this video has been an encouragement to you. We know that living is not always easy. We don't always have the blessing card that we can float through every day. I don't think anybody does on the planet. If somebody says that every day is wonderful and they have no problems, I don't think they're telling the truth, because if we live in this body, in this life, there's always problems to be had, and all of us, everybody on the planet, has experienced the problems of COVID-19 and all those things that has presented to us. But we can work all things together for good because we trust God in these things. So keep up with the IT, challenge yourself, learn something new, write things down, have the why in front of you, your reason. It helps me to write it down, to remind myself. Be consistent. Visit it a little bit every day and you'll learn and you will enjoy it. And the more you learn and you'll accomplish and you go, yay, I did it. I accomplished it. I did it. I actually understood it. I actually did the Word document. I actually made a video. I actually used my phone and had a video call. Wow, I've achieved something. And it is achieving something, and it's huge. So I encourage you, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. So hang in there, be encouraged and be blessed and enjoy life. Enjoy your holistic living, mind, body and spirit, by learning new things. Please, if you've enjoyed this video and you found it some value to you, it may be value to somebody else. So please share this video, like and subscribe, and tick that notification bell. This is a very new channel, and it'll be great to get some, subscribers. Be lovely to have 1,000, because if I can have 1,000, then YouTube will recognize that. And it'll really enhance this channel. And I'm learning. I'm not uncomfortable in front of the camera, as I've shared in past videos, but I am learning and you can learn too. So please like and subscribe, comment and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.